5 people. I came on this live not even knowing what I'm about to talk about. It's way different, like I said before, when you get on here and you just making videos. Like usually I see a lot of shit on TikTok that I can go off of, but I gotta start doing better as far as like seeing what's going on this week and then posting about it. But I seen a few posts, like a lot of people been posting Trump. Like he been just doing a lot of shit, and I don't know why anybody is surprised. I think it's about to be an annoying next 4 years. Cause all of the people who hate Trump, they about to be posting all the time, making it such a big deal when you don't even gotta focus on it. None of the stuff he says or does really affects people's lives because he really doing everything for him and people like him. Even the people that vote for him ain't really getting nothing out of it except for the confidence to be racist. That's all it is. So everybody complaining about the whole DEI shit and whole, like, who cares that jobs get the opportunity to show you they racist? See what I'm saying? Like, if a job be like, well, we gonna get rid of you because we never liked you. Like, so what? Why would you want to work there anyway? That shit'd be so uncomfortable. Most people don't even like working at the job they work at anyways. So imagine if you had another reason to not like it. That's all it is, just another reason. But imagine too though, anything this country can try to keep from us or block us from is something that's not for us anyways. People deserve way more than the jobs that don't want them working for them. You making other people rich anyways, but it's just funny how they think they doing something by getting rid of their employees that's willing to work, right? You hire all these black people or brown people because nobody else want to do it. And then Trump in office, all of a sudden, you think it's supposed to change. Like, shit is dumb. Good thing is, it's plenty of people that's not racist. Just go work for them. See what I'm saying? They talk about how Amazon is racist. But who cares? You think that dude care? He gonna hire you anyways because he want his money. It is what it is, you know. But it's just interesting though. They're like, yeah, these people going to schools and all type of shit, trying to round up people. Like, what up? That shit is lame as hell. They showed Dr. Phil out there like he a border patrol worker. This dude is fucking crazy. What up? Because then you watch Dr. Phil and you like, you a therapist and, or whatever you call yourself, and you a racist. It always make me mad when you watch these people and they be so convincing and then you find out later, oh, they was a racist the whole time. This dude could be doing anything in the world. He want to watch for the border patrols. You wanna catch people who happen to be criminals to try to prove a point. Like, yeah, see, we gotta get the criminals out of here. Meanwhile, you look at the history of this country and the things that they've done, that they documented, that they make movies about, and then they want to talk about criminals and drug addicts and all. Yeah, they bringing drugs over here. Yeah, y'all sniffing the shit. What are you talking about? You see these motherfuckers bent all the way backwards, paused in the air like that. Who do it look like? Yeah, they want to talk shit like we don't live in a country that's done worse than anybody that's ever existed. And they brag about it. We're number one. But you want to try to tell people that God created that they don't belong. But then you go to church and you tell yourself that God created this and everything in it. But you think it's yours though, right? Why do you think at some point it was, what was it? Not the Civil War. I think that was about the slaves. Maybe that was, I don't even know. It don't matter, right? They was fighting the British at one point for the freedom. Then they fought theyself. It was fucking crazy. But before that, they slaughtered the Native American. They want to talk about they came here illegally. Your whole history is illegal. That's the craziest shit to me. I don't understand why people say the stupidest shit. Like, if you gonna say something dumb, you gotta use something that would make sense. But I'll tell you one thing. It's a lot of people who able to have those conversations and they don't say shit like this because they scared. Talk about illegal. Go back to where you came from. Every time they say that, I picture Native Americans saying that to them. They came over here illegally. They're criminals. You mean bigger than you? Worse than you? What up? Worse than the United States government? That's crazy. Because even they don't care about the people. Think about it. They was talking about how, you know, these people are taking our jobs and blah, blah, blah. They getting rid of all of these people. Who gonna work the jobs now? Talking about they taking our jobs. The one you don't want, motherfucker? Do you know how many jobs like had to go against the shit that they doing because that's all of they workers, all minorities. They the only ones who want to do it. They be out there in the sun, they out here in the cold. So people being racist got them bothered. They're taking our job, like as if you would work with them anyways. This is so stupid. I'm actually a vegetarian, but you know, whatever help you feel better about your miserable life. People crazy though. Like I feel like every time I come over here, it's always a racist. Like that's crazy. Like, and then they say stuff, and they think it's supposed to make somebody feel some type of way. Like saying this stupid shit make you feel better, don't it? But it don't last long. So you'll be somewhere else saying some more stupid shit. Like I couldn't imagine you going about your day, and then you just distracted by people of color. I don't even know how to do that. Let me see. Let me remove his ass. I don't know how to do that. Bro, it's in the game. You know what's crazy? You can say all of that stupid shit, but you know what's funny though, right? Nothing you just said has any negative action behind it, but meanwhile, you a racist. So which one is worse, liking watermelon or being a racist? I bet you believe in God too, don't you? No, I ain't gonna time him out. I want him to keep that. I want to keep this person on here. Because racist people don't bother me. I think they bother themselves. It's Monday night. You could be doing anything with your life, but you ain't got nothing better to do but to be racist. And you know what's crazy? Let me tell y'all something. I remember I was driving from work one day, years back. It was a different job. And I was driving the speed limit, probably 5 over. Somebody sped around me, and they started blowing the horn and sticking up their middle fingers and all that extra shit. And I'm just like, I was turning left after that. But I'm like, I could easily consume that energy, or I could just let them drive home with that bullshit. That's kind of like what this is right here. Like, when you live in a world where this shit is common, like y'all been doing this shit since we was kids. And that person ain't even in this country. They just a clown, racist, and probably religious at the same time. This is why I want y'all to know. The world is racist and religious at the same time for a reason. These same type of people who racist and religious, they going to war for God's land. They doing it in Russia and Ukraine. They doing it in Israel and Palestine. And they doing it here. A Messi fan? I don't even know. Oh, that's the soccer player? I'm also black. Yeah, you hate yourself, Dan. See, that's what's interesting though. Like people like this, they so. I just wonder what goes on in their head. It's like you can't be all the way there, cause you just saying stupid shit that like. What if you was right about that? You know what's crazy? Like if you in this country. Hold on, let me see real quick. Yeah. That shit don't work though. Cause he would have been left. He would have been left. He been in here just, like this is what you're doing with your life. These people try to act like they hate black people. They just watch everything we do for some reason. It's weird to me. Super Bowl was just watched by a bunch of racists that don't like black people. It's interesting. You sitting here with your free time. Let me tell you something. It's people in this world that I don't like. And it ain't even necessarily like hatred. Like, it's comedians, it's podcasters, it's people who just say stuff on the internet that I don't like. I don't like what they saying. You know what I do? I scroll. I never sit there and just waste my time. Like, so it lets you know about people who act like they don't like something, but you spending your time like on it. It's weird. Like, it's a lot of racist people with black names on their jerseys. Their favorite football team is full of black people. That's funny as hell. These people crazy. You lucky I don't know how to block people, because you really just irritating more than anything. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. Basically, it's a lot of ignorance going on. And if you think about the fact that you live in a world like this, where this country is standing with Israel while they blowing up children, and that's the #1 believers of God, right? They believe in Jesus more than anybody, but you see what they doing? It's the same type of racist stuff over here. Acting like they believe in God and that this is God's land, but they blowing up children for it like it's theirs. Let's see, just click on his name. Let me see if it'll do that. Nope, that shit ain't working. Oh yeah, put user in timeout, I can. Oh. No, not timeout. Hide user on this channel. Stupid. Now what's stupid? Now you gotta find something else to get yourself off on racism. You know what that person remind me of? Like, they like crackheads, kinda. They gotta get they fix, and they gonna take any opportunity to get it, right? I be delivering sometimes, right? And these motherfuckers will try to find a reason to be racist. I remember this lady was like, "Oh, do you need help finding something?" But I'm delivering to her house. You stupid motherfucker. That's why I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need help. Looking at me crazy, right? Some of them will say, leave the package inside of the door. You open the door, now they looking at you crazy, like, oh, motherfucker scared. In a racist world, they scared. You can look at their history and be like, damn, I'll be scared of myself. But you know that's what happened, right? When they out there harassing young black kids, shooting them in the streets, they own kids is walking to the schools with AK-47s and they shooting everybody every week. This shit is happening. But they like to be racist and generalize, and they can't see the real problem. You gotta be hit with reality over and over and over. And the worst part is, they unalive themselves at the schools, right? They act like, oh, we're gonna go out to kill some black people, but everybody who get got is everybody but black people. Ain't it interesting? It's weird to me. How you can live in a world where, like, we go to school and we read about this shit. Like, everything that I'm talking about, I read in a history book at school. The government gave us that. They make it mandatory. If you fail, guess what? You gotta take that class again. People will tell you you dumb if you don't pass, right? So imagine acting like I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Everybody know. So why do they act so delusional to reality? Why come they act like they don't know their history when they talking all this dumb shit about going back to your country and go back to where you belong? Why do they forget their history all of a sudden? I don't understand that. And you know what? I'm the type of person, I don't care how this shit go. As long as people can be real with themselves. Trying to act like you believe in God, but you racist. Yeah, that's the stupidest shit. But imagine if these type of people who got so much hatred taught the world about God. So of course they're gonna be racist and religious, but imagine believing the same God as the people who want you dead. That's what's happening. Black people believe in Jesus, just like Hispanic people, pretty much anybody in this country. There's girls out here that say, oh, if you're not a Christian, then I can't do the relationship. That's perfect. Because if you are a Christian, I can't fuck with you. Yeah, just don't do it. A lot of people scared, like, oh, you gonna go to hell, you better repent. If you, like I was just talking about, all of this shit ties in together. If this history is true, which they taught us in school, we know it is, where did God come from all of a sudden? You mean to tell me if I don't believe in a God that this country believes in with all the evil they did and never paid for, why would I want to believe in anything they gotta say or teach? Why would I think they know anything about God when what they describe in their history books is a fucking devil, right? The only thing that goes against God is the devil. So if God is life and people are doing what they doing to the life God created, what does that make them? The fucking devil. But they'll tell you, oh, it has red skin and horns. Yeah, they get red skin when they're in the sun too long. Yeah, but it's not just them though, and that's the problem. Like the devil is just humans with the power of God and having free will and a choice to treat people how you want to be treated. You don't have to, and a lot of people are deciding, yeah, fuck you and everything you got going on. So they'll waste your life, they'll lie to you, they'll be racist to you, they'll hate you, they'll steal from you, they'll kill you and everything else. Because they got the power of God, right? God can create life, God can end life, God is creative, everything that we are too. You can start a family right now. You can end your family, and we see the history books telling us people that do that shit. You turn on the news, it might be happening right now. People out here coming up with the most creative shit, and you're like, what the fuck, how did he do that, or how did they come up with that? It's amazing, right? So when you realize that we more than people, and we just tell ourselves we people, that make it okay to treat people like that. Right? You get treated like a man if you lucky. Might even treat you like a boy. You might not even get to be treated like a man, and even that's not enough. You treat her like a girl or a woman. But it's the same thing with the animals. You treat them like animals. Because if you tell yourself it's that instead of God, you ain't gonna feel bad about it. Oh, it's okay, we only humans. We all make mistakes. That's bullshit. If God don't make mistakes and God is life, that means that life is God. So if you got a life, you don't make mistakes. You make choices, which is why they say you always got one. Every day for the rest of your life. So even if you bad today, you could be good tomorrow. Even if you good today, you can be bad tomorrow. Nothing is a mistake. You either plan in this or you fail to plan, but either way, somebody is going to be affected by the choices you make. And people don't understand that. Because we lie to ourselves. We can feel good about the bad shit we doing because we getting something out of it. Yeah, all the way down to taking somebody's life. All the way down to having somebody as your slaves. See what I'm saying? If this country could get rid of black people, they would have been dead. They would have been deported us somewhere if they could. But I'm gonna tell you, because they can't deport us, this is why we the only ones they harassing and profiling, locking up in large rates and large numbers. Unaliving black people because they can't deport us nowhere. They can't get rid of us. It is just weird that if you look at the history of black people and the stuff that we invented, yeah, they benefit off of all of that shit. Even the Wi-Fi. Isn't it amazing? Somebody in Africa. And they decided to put a price on it. The stoplights, black people. They put a price on it. It's a fine now if you do this and do that wrong. Everything that you really see is created by your everyday people. The government took control of it and now they charging us. Like, you see this light right here? I gotta go check my mail right now because I'm pretty sure it's an electric bill in there. Electricity costs money, but only for humans though. And I guess we the only ones who really use it like this, because animals, they use the sun as the light. So when the lights go out, it's time to go to sleep, unless they the animals, that can see at night or whatever. But yeah, man, the water in there, that shit costs money, but only for humans though. Food, water, and shelter is all we need, and it's all free. They say it's a food shortage, it's a water shortage. They lying. We've been on this earth how long? We ain't gonna ever run out, because we not running out due to the fact that we working for people, but they'll have us believing that. Because you gotta get your food from the supermarket. That's bullshit. The food and the water grows in the ground. No, the food grow in the ground. The water comes from the sky. And people will starve. Like I said, people, I see ants never stressing, right? You will never see an animal taking their own life. But humans do it. Why? Because the mind is a powerful thing. We might think we smarter, but I think we just more cursed. Especially because we got all of these words. We sitting here talking, right? And it's been 21 minutes. It's only 2 actions that comes from anything that I'm saying, or anybody is saying, even the Bible. It's gonna be something good happening and something bad happening based off of the choices that each individual is making. So when they talk about the word of God, you should know it's bullshit. This is why they say actions speak louder than words, because they can use a lot of words to confuse people, to manipulate people. But it's only 2 actions. And this is real life. See what I'm saying? Somebody can say they love you, but then they'll show you something different. Which one you gonna believe? Right? A lot of people believe that these people are so. All right, so yeah. That's just what it is, Come on, Snowball, let's go. A lot of people just confused about life because they try to use all these words, man. You can't believe what somebody say. You gotta watch what they do. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. It's just like if you was planning your crime. They gonna plan it out, but are they gonna go through with it? What actually happens? Somebody can sit here all day like, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. And then when the time comes, they ain't nothing. Somebody might say nothing at all, and then when the time comes, they do what they supposed to do. See what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can't really pay attention to the words people saying, especially if they trying to convince you of something like, well, you better believe in this, otherwise you're gonna go to hell. Have you ever tried to not believe in it to see what would happen? I don't believe in that shit no more, and I still just see hell around me happen to other people who believe in it. Perfect example, Israel, like we was talking about. They blowing up children that believe in Jesus, that believe in God, and it's people that believe in God that's doing it. They worship this shit every day. What does it mean, though? Not a damn thing, clearly, right? It's just a bunch of bullshit. People lie all the time. They fake religions and think because they go to church and read a Bible that they actually care. But again, actions speak louder than words. You see what they doing, right? It's some racist churches out here where you can't even go in there if you're a black person. They looking at you crazy. They get angry. In God's church. Yeah, because ain't nothing but the devil attached to that bullshit. And luckily it ain't real, but negativity is real. That's what evil is. You say people are, they are violent, they dangerous, they racist. You just describing the same negative energy. That's why they say actions speak louder than words, because you can call it what you want, but it's only gonna be good or bad. And they say God is which one? Good all the time. That means if it ain't good, it ain't God. So when you read your Bible and they tell you that God did all this evil, ask yourself, when did it take a break from being good all the time to do that? It's a lie. She crying for. Hold on, my dog crying. She wanna go out. Bye-bye. She know my sister here. That's why she wanna go out there. Now she gonna come back in here knocking on the door. Cause she a bully. She thinks she own everything in the world. But yeah, man. I want to tell y'all some stories. I guess I'm gonna be on here. Let me check to see my battery percentage. 35. We got about 10 more minutes. So like, if you think about how significant we think we are, and then you look at the animals, right? You look at nature to get back to nature, because that's a better example than what we have been showing. So I see, it was this dude that I was working with when I was in Florida, and he was, I think he was 65, the retirement age. He was just turning 65 or about to be turning 65. And he was bragging, he was happy, like he finally get to retire and all this shit. Do you know this dude died on a job? Like after I went home, or I might not even been there that day, but they was texting like, yeah, he passed out at work. And then he tried to go home, but he died on the way home. And I was just thinking like, before I moved there, I almost ran over a caterpillar. And I didn't see it until I was on the way back from where I was going. So I went past it the first time, didn't see it, almost ran it over. But I seen it on the way back, like, damn, I could have ran that over. And the first thought that popped in my head was, this caterpillar wouldn't have turned into a butterfly. But if it survived, it turned into a butterfly in like 4-5 weeks, I think they say. I know it ain't months, it's like weeks. But the point is, that dude that worked at that store, right? He was waiting until he was 65 so he could stop working just to live and he can retire. And it still might have been difficult, but he died, right? Imagine if the caterpillar take 4 weeks to turn into a butterfly, and somebody can spend their whole life and don't ever turn into nothing. Like, you die before you even get a chance to just relax and enjoy the earth. Ain't that crazy? So what happened to people when you can't convince a caterpillar that it won't be a butterfly, but you can tell somebody, oh, you ain't gonna be this and you ain't gonna be that, and they'll believe it. Especially if their family is just like that. You know, they say generational wealth, people try to break that. If you have no reason to believe in yourself, why would you? That's kind of how I was. Like, it ain't nobody I know that believe in themselves the way I do, as far as like, I'm gonna be famous for this, I'm gonna be successful for this. And that's for my music, but then this shit started going up, at least on my TikTok, but eventually it's gonna go up on here. The point is, the same way I had no reason to believe in myself is the same way I had no reason to doubt myself. Especially when I see other people accomplishing it. And then what makes it even better is that I already seen the success with my music. I reached 1 million accounts on my Instagram before I got hacked. Not like 1 million followers, but just 1 million views altogether. Like, people just listening to the stuff that I'm posting. And then I started doing TikTok. All together on the 2 years, I probably got like 30, 40 million views, 58,000 followers. So once you actually see, it's like, oh yeah, I really know, like, anybody can do anything if they really want to do it and they consistent. Eventually, if you putting your stuff out here like this, something is gonna blow up. I had a video on there that was like almost 7 million. That would have never happened if I wasn't posting the way I was posting. But that's the point. Being consistent can really change your life. And I feel like the reason they was trying to get rid of TikTok is because a lot of people starting to see, like, damn, I'm making money by myself. I'm doing what I like doing. And then I was doing this and starting to make money. But then it's people who funny, it's people who dance, it's people who talk shit. They all getting paid. Imagine just doing what you was already doing anyways. Like, before I started getting money on TikTok, I was posting for free. But only because I was interested. It didn't feel like work. Same thing with the music. The same music that nobody was listening to was the same music that started to blow up when I started to put money into promoting. Now all of a sudden people in the world know you exist. A lot of the times that's what's missing. But now we got the phone, so it ain't no excuses. Even if you doing this for free, you're gonna eventually blow up. But if you spend money on marketing yourself, the same way these billion-dollar companies are doing, you gonna make it. But imagine if you're not on their level and you're not spending money on marketing, but they still are. You see McDonald's commercials everywhere. You see Sprite commercials, and you see artists promoting their albums. They already rich, they already famous, but they still doing it. Imagine if you ain't doing nothing. Nothing gonna never change. That's just what it is. But yeah, You know, I'm finna get up out of here. I feel like this was a good live 30 minutes. And once again, I ain't have to write this shit down. Next time, I'm gonna come more prepared, though. I'm gonna actually start seeing what's really going on. But I spent probably way too much time trying to block that other goofy up there. But yeah, now that that's out of the way, finna let y'all go. Finna do something else. Might be back on later. I don't know. But peace out.